Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Jeanette Biro here. I'm a medium and a channeler, and welcome to your weekday daily card reading where we dive into the cards, see what's in store with a message from Spirit. How are you all doing? Nice to see you today. I have had a couple of you reaching out to ask why I changed my background, why it looks different. I repainted, changed the artwork here. That picture, that beautiful, stunning picture that was over here is now in our guest room over here. So I just opened those doors and it's still there. However, the thing that caused me to change it was this shift in energy that was 2024. And I really felt it personally. And I felt this deeper connection to golden light consciousness and the three guides of the light, which really is, when I saw this golden disc, I was like, oh my gosh, that's like the sun. That's like golden light consciousness. And so I just had to have it. So that's why that's there. And then this, although it looks like a whiteboard, it's not. It's actually a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And it says, on the top it says wish, and then it says, this is my wish for you. Comfort on difficult days, smiles when sadness intrudes, rainbows to follow the clouds, laughter to kiss your lips, sunsets to warm your heart, hugs when spirits sag, beauty for your eyes to see, friendship to brighten your being. Faith so that you can believe, confidence for when you doubt, courage to know yourself, patience to accept the truth, and love to complete your life. And so I do plan on adding my own touch of artwork to it somehow, some painting or something on it to make it look a little bit less like a whiteboard. However, the words on there just captured my heart because that really is my wish for all of you and myself this year. So it just... my room felt like it needed a change and a deeper link with that golden light consciousness that I've been talking about for a while. So thank you for asking. All right, let's dive into the messages. I'm using the Awakening Avalon cards this week. All right, and I will be out of my office tomorrow, so I'm going to be doing the Wednesdays tune-in today as well, so you can look forward to that one tomorrow. But let's dive in right now into the cards. Spirit, what do we have here today? First thing they're saying is trust in your transitions. It's really important right now that we deeply lean in with trust into our personal transitions. So this is a little less of maybe collective transitions you're seeing happening outside of you, but rather the transitions you're noticing happening inside of you, whether that's your thoughts, maybe your desires for action, things like that. Like whatever is whirling around within you, they're saying trust in those transitions. Interesting. Let's see what the cards say. Okay, I have to show you this right away. When I closed my eyes, when I was pulling the cards, they said, do notice or pay attention to manipulations. First card out is set your boundaries. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. I just want to pull the rest of them. That's cool. Okay, so let's see, Spirit, where we're going with this. You said manipulations. Okay, so as we're moving through these beautiful new beginnings and all of that, there are still a lot of energies that are trying to pull us off track. And whether that be old narratives of yours, pesky energies, collective things happening. And again, it's not that we want to ignore what's happening collectively. There's important information in there, but it's what you do about it. And if it's derailing you, then it's not for you at that time. So setting boundaries is really important right now, but also notice where things may be manipulating you. And I say that really slowly because Spirit's showing me these images of what that can look like. For some of you, this can be very much in your 3D world. It could be maybe people you're working with or people that are around you. This can also be in, I'm seeing like graphics of ads and things. Notice where ads are manipulating you in some form and consciously notice that. Now, part of that is for boundaries, but the other part too is for your awareness. And the awareness is in what do you feel when you notice that? Because what happens is when you pay attention to the feeling of when manipulation is happening consciously, when you're like, This is trying to manipulate me into buying this magic drink that's gonna make my skin amazing, right? Whatever that may be. Notice how that makes your body feel, so that when other things that aren't as obvious come forward, you will recognize the same sensation. They're saying notice the sensations, because that is the key to their message today about manipulation. When you notice the key to that sensation, it will light up anytime that's happening in any part of your life, which then allows you greater awareness and a greater ability to set a boundary really quickly. So they're not saying this in a scare tactic of you're being manipulated everywhere you go. It's not that at all. It's take notice of when it does happen. What do you feel? Because then you will be much harder to manipulate. But not from a place of judgment and judging this or staying separate from or keeping yourself distant from everyone, but rather recognizing the information when it comes in and how it feels. You're like, oh, this is one of those things. Okay, I'm going to look a bit deeper, or I'm going to open my eyes a little bit more and figure out what it is. Okay? Very interesting. Now, the other ones that we have, what's so cool, within the energy right now too, Spirit is wanting to bring in a lot of information as we move through these transitions that they're talking about. So one of those things is, when things are working in your favor or when something is trying to pull you off track, like we just talked about. The other thing that's so neat though is Spirit is asking us to really root in to our root chakra, to ground, as well as the 8th chakra. 8th chakra is the very top. Root is the very bottom. This is so cool to have these come out together, because 8th chakra sits above our 7th chakra. Most people are familiar with the 7 chakras. There are actually many, but there is also an 8th chakra that sits above, higher than, and it is very connected to those higher realms. This one says expand your consciousness here. And when we awaken all our 7 chakras, or visualize turning them on, all the different colors, starting from the root, which is red, sacral orange, solar plexus yellow, heart green, throat lighter blue, third eye indigo, crown can be gold, white, silver, iridescent, if you will. And then 8th chakra being very light, white-ish. It's, to me, when I see it, it is more light, which is why we picked this picture. It literally is light. So when we activate 8th chakra, we're really activating that upper connection of cosmic connection to all things. Higher than, bigger than just the body. We're activating that chakra connection to all our aspects of self, the multifaceted nature of self. The selves that are present in the past, present in the future, present in parallel lives, right? Because if we look at time on the other side or beyond our reality here, it's happening in all different directions. It's not just linear. So when we activate this chakra, we're activating connections to all of those parts. Imagine instead of seeing ourselves moving just in one linear direction, imagine brain cells, which move in all of these directions, right? Not just this way, it's all of them. And so that's what 8th chakra is connecting us to. When we connect into that and then connect it and root it all the way down to our presence here on this planet in our root chakra, picturing roots going deep down into the earth, we then, Spirit is saying, have a very big ability to connect into clairvoyance right now. Messages in the form of imagery. In this imagery, this says, open your inner sight. This imagery can come in the form of dream state communication, visions in your meditation. You could be, they're showing me right now, you could be washing dishes, and you're washing dishes and all of a sudden this image of things float into your mind and you're like, where did that come from? That is your clairvoyance activated. And so Spirit is saying, notice what comes up in visual cues. As well, they're showing me, also some of you may be seeing orbs with your actual eyeballs, maybe out of the corner of your eye, you catch it, you look and it's gone. Maybe you actively see them. In reflection too, as I'm pondering this, I have been seeing so many more spirit orbs in my daily life the last couple days. It has been so busy. On any given night, I can be reading, watching TV. Usually when I'm more quiet, I don't see it as much at the hockey rink or something like that, but there will be anywhere from 3 to 15 orbs coming in, different colors, different levels, different sizes. And that's just the activity of those higher realms coming into our realm now, because we have more people anchored in 5D. So there's a lot of activity going on to help us through these transitions, but it's so powerful and beneficial. So definitely tune into that, anchor into the earth, connect into that 8th chakra, and see what comes out in your clairvoyance, because there are messages for you. So I will leave that with all of you. Thank you so much for joining me as always, and check in tomorrow for the mediumship message. Have a good one.